For life.
Yeah. Bullet cast. What's going on? Stacy. This elite podcast in here. Ain't nobody better. Look.
He's gonna puke.
I'm not going to do any such thing. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Bullet Cast. I am your host, the microphone messiah. I am joined by a man who is now another year older. Mr. Bullet Cat's in the bank. BT, Brandon Tanguma. What's up, man? Happy belated birthday. How are you? How we feeling? Them knees
Thank
clicking?
you. I'm feeling so great. Back starting to go out, last 364 days or 3 days now, because this comes out on Thursday in my 20s. So countdown's on. Getting up there.
The countdown is on. It is the final countdown. And I know people have been counting down her return. She is, for the first time in her illustrious podcast career, the Bullet Cast podcast champion, the agent of chaos, is Poison Scarlet. Katie's back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. It's great to be back, and I apologize for being absent for so long. I'm so excited to be your champion right now.
Hey, it's okay. We're used to people being absent here. It's just the norm, I told Brandon, we'll be 50-something years old and still be here, and everybody else will leave us.
I don't plan to leave.
Okay.
I just get busy. Sorry.
Thank you. Everybody else leaves us. Oh no, but yes, we are back together, the Holy Trinity. Just the three of us. Danhausen, the interview has dropped. People, what'd you think? Brandon, I know you lived it. Katie, what are your thoughts?
I really liked it. It was very rapid fire, very quick paced. In particular, I loved his Spider-Man reference. I don't know if you guys caught it, but I did.
What was the reference?
Oh, when he said that he'll be back in 2099, there is a comic book called Spider-Man 2099. So, yeah.
This is a random number, I guess.
Nope, not a random number.
Okay. I feel like I've heard of the Spider-Man 2099. That's probably buried deep in my subconscious.
Possibly. And we all know that Danhausen is a huge comic book nerd, so
yes.
No lie, wish I had been there so that I could talk comics.
It was cool, we talked that, the Torn Peck. Yeah. Simpsons were talked about. Yes.
The greatest hot tub time machine answer of all time.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It was the greatest.
What did he say again?
He said, yes, I would watch it with them.
No, but when he actually answered the question the second time.
He wants to go back to the OG fights. He wants to go see the Greeks versus the Romans.
Exactly. Let's take it all the way back. Getting some Indiana Jones vibes there.
Yes. Gladiators going at it. Like you can see this Saturday, Gilman Brewery, 7 p.m. Oasis Pro, go time. Anyway, let's talk about SmackDown. The Juso got super kicked. Paul Heyman was super kicked by Jey Uso. Jey Uso was out there, talking about the heinous act by his family done to his brother. Solo was accompanied by Paul Heyman. Solo spoke. He said, I'm never going to forgive you for what happened. Paul says, your dad's not going to forgive you and all these other things. Paul speaking the language to Jay. I love him when he does that. All in all, Jey Uso cleaned house. Katie, you haven't been here in a bit. We need all your takes.
Just everything that's been going on recently, I still remain flabbergasted by this entire bloodline epic drama. And just seeing the comeuppance of Paul Heyman getting that super kick was incredible. I liked the tease of the chair shot that didn't happen. I'm here for all of it. I really feel like SummerSlam should be where Roman and Jay have some sort of penultimate match, but we'll see what happens. There's so much in the pipeline that we don't know, that who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, this Brennan, before I go into my thing.
I thought it was great. Now these weeks without Roman, sometimes they can be hit or miss because it kind of seems like they're just chugging along and filling time till next week. But no, They thought they did a lot of good work. Paul Heyman taking the rare bump, outside of the F5 he took at SummerSlam last year. I can't really remember like the last time he really took, any type of move. Like even like back in his heyday, he wasn't that type of manager. You can kind of tell when he does take a bump. He's not Bobby Heenan. We'll just say that. But I thought it was great. And Roman will be there next week, so I would presume he's gonna have some sort of words or talk about Paul Heyman and Solo and obviously what Jay did to them. So
Well,
yeah, I just think it kind of shows what they're able to do on those non-Roman shows that they
Yeah.
can still get something good out of it.
going off of what you just said, of course, Heyman's not Bobby Heenan. Bobby Heenan was a wrestler before he was a manager. So there's already that in him to bump wildly and make it look cool. Yeah, I mean, great stuff there. Obviously this is going to SummerSlam, and then with Payback right around the corner after that, maybe Jimmy comes back and tries to get his payback at Payback. I love how they really just brought this back for Roman, this specific pay-per-view, and it just makes sense.
It does.
Good stuff. The Street Profits were seen getting into a car with Bobby Lashley. People are like, Hurt Business 2.0, what's going on?
I'm here for this. I'm so here for this.
It'd be a nice refresher for everyone.
Right?
Notice
Not only that.
notice how Lashley and Tez were wearing the suits and Dawkins just in the street gear. Notice that.
I did. Wonder what's going on there.
It's gonna happen.
But also, just like a side note on in my brain, like if we get Hurt Business 2.0 with the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley, that also means that we could get a female member of the Hurt Business with Bianca Belair.
Yeah, I mean that would be great. Bianca, she I think a heel turn would do her justice. It would be so good for her.
I think so too, and I think that would be a really cool faction.
Oh no, absolutely. Absolutely. I could see a heel Street Profits like beating the hell out of KO and Sammy and taking those tag titles.
Yep. But do we see the return of MVP, and do we see Omos join?
Where has Omos been? Oh my god.
Probably on honeymoon with his lovely new wife.
He probably has.
Katie's been gone for a month and we haven't talked Omos at all. And then she comes back week 1 and she's already talked. I think Katie secretly likes Omos.
How could you not like Omos? He's great.
I never said I didn't like him. I just felt
the
like he
Riddle
needed more
tag team.
training, man.
Okay.
Yeah, just the Riddle tag team. I don't like that idea. That's
Omos?
it. Nah.
Come on.
I mean, no.
It would be good use for Riddle.
I'm gonna shoot myself in the foot for this, but
Oh, here it is.
with how they're using Riddle right now, something to inject something refreshing into where he's going would probably be Bromos.
Yes.
Just have Randy Orton come back, RKO him, give him a win, and
I'm
Riddle
still
could
very
just-
much hoping for Randy Orton to come back at SummerSlam.
Guys, we can't fantasy book Randy Orton.
I'm not fantasy booking him. I'm just
But
hoping.
the band keeps releasing like new versions of his songs. That means he's coming back, right?
Fingers crossed.
Bianca gets speared in her title match with Asuka by Charlotte. Beautiful spear, by the way. When
was
Damage
gorgeous.
Control, Bailey, and Io show up with that briefcase. Yeah, so guess we're getting a triple threat at SummerSlam.
It does look like we're getting a triple threat at SummerSlam. You guys talked about Bianca Belair possibly joining the Hurt Business, turning heel. I mean, I thought they were leaning that way after she lost her title, but then in this kind of feud, I think she's been doing decent work as a babyface, and I think WWE wants and kind of needs, that woman babyface kind of outside of Bianca or outside of Becky Lynch, and I think Bianca, fills that role perfectly, and I just don't know if they want to get away from that. Like, not calling her John Cena by any means, but she's, kind of in that same realm. And
Cena?
I just don't know if WWE wants to mess with that.
We'll see. Yeah, Charlotte's 5-0 at SummerSlam, so could we see 6-0 in a few weeks?
Very possible.
These are things that are possible. Shotzi Blackheart shaves her head on SmackDown. Great video that played on screen, and the reasoning behind it: her sister was battling cancer, so it was a nice homage to that. The video, the promo was very well done. Brandon, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I thought it was good. I didn't know about the backstory with her sister, so it makes complete sense. And so I'm not gonna, bash it too much if she ends up shaving her head and then it kind of goes nowhere in terms of like her push. But yeah, in a bubble, I thought the video was cool, and her and Bailey, hopefully Bailey and her can wrestle soon.
Fingers crossed.
Yes, Katie.
Yeah, I saw her mention her sister and, doing this in support of her sister's cancer treatments on Twitter. And, my heart goes out to her. I know what it's like to deal with having a family member go through those treatments. It's just absolutely awful. So being able to use her global platform to kind of raise awareness about it and also show her support to her sister in such a great way, I'm totally here for it.
Absolutely. Who will dethrone Austin Theory? There have been 2 fatal 4-way matches that have happened. Santos Escobar won one. LA Knight won the other one, right? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
LA Knight, aren't they? They got a match next week.
No, they have a match next week. I'm assuming LA Knight's going to win the next
LA
one.
Knight cut the promo at MSG and they just, or whatever place it was, and they went crazy for him.
Yes,
Yep.
the only one that was allowed to go out there in front of the people. LA Knight has been popping up everywhere. People have been seeing past work of his, from outside of WWE, from WWE. When he was in that Triple H workout video from like 2014, he was a member of Sasha's Boss group. In the early days of the Boss character.
He wrestled Ric Flair in an insurance commercial.
Yes, he wrestled Ric Flair in an insurance commercial. LA Knight's been here the whole time, guys.
He has. He's
Yeah.
so over.
Yeah.
So over. I'm honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one to dethrone Theory.
It just makes sense. Have him win the Fatal 4-Way, have him beat Santos, because he's technically still a bad guy. Turn him babyface, let him beat Theory, and let him go on a night. He could run with the title for like 4 months. Be over that. That's all he really needs.
Give him a little bit of time, have him lose it at like Royal Rumble.
Yeah, boom, there you go. You run with it for a little bit, be done. But yeah, my pick is LA Knight to dethrone Austin Theory.
Same.
Really going out on a limb there, Phillip.
Hey, man.
Do you think it's going to be Santos Escobar?
I think
No, I think it won't be LA Knight. I mean, they've been kind of holding off on him for a little bit, and they gave him a pretty big spotlight, even though he didn't win at Money in the Bank. And so they know. And as you said, he cut the promo in front of the live crowd, so they're not ignorant to this. They're not dumb.
And that did it was the second most viewed thing on their YouTube besides the Bloodline stuff. So yeah, he's up there, man. It's crazy. The rise. I love it though. Outside of the ring, the American Nightmare Becoming Cody Rhodes airs on Peacock at the end of this month, the last day of the month, the 31st. They had the premiere in Los Angeles. Yeah, we've seen the trailer. Great stuff. It looks fantastic. The unedited, unfiltered, real side of the American Nightmare we can watch. It's gonna be nice to really go back through the journey. From obviously when he starts training in the early days of WWE to the departure, the indie stuff. I assume AEW will be mentioned until the return. So great stuff, man.
Yeah, BTE signed off and gave him some of the footage, so we will see that Cody in there. I'm always a little weary when we get WWE produced documentaries, especially one like Cody's, where there's such a big chunk that didn't happen in WWE. So I'll be intrigued to see how they portray that.
I always saw some clips of some indie stuff in there, so it looks like it's going to be covered.
Or how they'll portray him leaving WWE, or what he did, and I think those types of like little things.
I mean, he's been pretty open, like on WWE programming itself, with the way things happened, and they seem to be okay with it. So I don't know. We'll see. Katie, what are your thoughts on this doc?
I mean, as someone who was absent from viewing wrestling from about 2006 to 2020, I'm just now really getting to know Cody Rhodes, so I'm very excited for the documentary because I think it's going to fill in some gaps that I may not necessarily know about his history.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a guy that literally followed, from when he left WWE. Brandon can tell you the early days of this show, I was high on the Cody bandwagon. I was like, this guy, he can be the biggest star in the business. And I mean,
Check the tapes. Oh, sorry, I destroyed the tapes.
no, you destroyed things that weren't aired. Yeah, that's
Okay, sorry.
yeah. I still want a new hard drive, man. You should have took advantage of Prime Day.
Actually,
Yeah.
I got one in here somewhere.
Oh
I got an
no.
extra one.
I need a new one, buddy.
It is. Look at that, brand new, right there in the package. I've had a backup for years, and I've never put anything on it.
There you go. But yeah, no, I followed his career. It's gonna be a great watch. I'm excited. Ray Phoenix has relinquished the AAA Latin American and Cruiserweight titles. He never defended them, won them last year, and because he's leaving the company.
Hell of a reign, historic. I mean, he's right up there with Roman Reigns in his title. I mean, it's sad
I wouldn't
day.
say
It's a
all
sad,
that.
sad, bad day.
I wouldn't say all that. I wouldn't say all that.
I mean, it looks like he's doing this because he's taken more American dates, or he doesn't want to travel to Mexico. I don't, he was kind of coy on like the reasonings behind it. So hopefully this means he gets more of a shot in AEW, because I've been, the Lucha Brothers, I've been hammering that they need to be on TV and pushed more, but well, still hoping 4 years in.
Vicky Guerrero's a free agent now. She's officially gone from All Elite Wrestling, and will she get booked anywhere? Probably not, given her recent history.
Yeah, I don't know what's gonna go. I mean, she said that she wants to look at other endeavors, so that might be outside of wrestling.
Endeavor, UFC, WWE, that endeavor.
I mean, maybe she goes back, and I wouldn't be shocked if they did like a one-off comedy spot with the Judgment Day with her and Dominic, but I think outside of that, I don't think she really has a spot in WWE.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say much for her being a free agent. All I can say is that when I did get the chance to meet her at Silicon Valley Comic-Con in 2019, she is the sweetest lady I've ever met.
Oh no, yeah, I heard she's great, but given what's been going on with her and her daughter and all that other stuff, it's kind of put a damper on her for a little bit. Inside the ring, Bayley has been injured. She was injured at a live event. Just went down holding her knee. Yeah.
T's and P's out to Bayley.
Yes, T's and P's.
Kind of mixed messaging. We don't know if it's severe. Bayley said she's okay. Seemed like she was walking around. So I don't think it's like, anything too severe. Hopefully it's just a little tweak and maybe she's out for a couple weeks.
Yeah, we'll see. Shout out Trinity at Slammiversary. She won the Knockouts title, becomes the fourth woman to win a championship in WWE and Impact Wrestling, and the only woman to win the SmackDown Women's title and the Knockouts title. So congratulations to Trinity. Beat Deonna Purrazzo. Job well done. It's been a big week for the Samoan dynasty, for the bloodline, man. We're gonna get into other stuff real quick, but shout out to Trinity. Any thoughts, comments, concerns?
Well, good for her. She made the jump to Impact a couple months ago. I saw on Twitter that she, kind of did her husband's move set, kind of doing the palm strike and stuff like that. So, she's showing she's a part of the bloodline, even though she's not there.
Katie.
I loved seeing all of the stuff that was going on with her and Jai Vidal, and seeing her win the Knockouts title made me just really happy.
Absolutely. Big Zilla the Thriller Fatu made his debut at Reality of Wrestling in Texas this past weekend. Shout out to Zilla, man. Gotta chop it up with him. WrestleMania weekend down in Los Angeles, and I know Umaga's proud of his boy. I know he's looking down on him. Zilla looked really good, man. He did the Samoan spike, obviously paying homage to his father. They kind of more of an elevated one, threw the guy up and jabbed him right in the throat. Big things on the rise for Zilla, man. I'm happy for the homie, for real.
These Fatu, these bloodline family members, they just keep popping up out everywhere.
They do. Lance Anoa'i made his Pro Wrestling Noah debut. yeah, he just did that. So happy for him.
Remember when
man.
Rikishi just randomly showed up and did an invasion of APW? That was the original Bloodline. Whatever, yeah, should have never really fell through on that.
Well, pandemic kind of happened.
Yeah, well, you know, pandemic.
The world kind of shut down.
Roman
Yeah.
Reigns was a champion throughout the entire pandemic.
Oh, I mean that.
Throw him up.
Oh, I mean Roman won the title late 2020. You know that thing happened in November 2019. It was.
I mean, I think we know where WWE got their inspiration from. I'm just saying. I would presume Solo was in there. I don't know because there was like 20 of them, but I would presume Solo was in there.
He was in there. The problem was in there. Yes. Speaking of the bloodline, continuing on, Roman Reigns is set to battle Rey Mysterio in Mexico City on Saturday. So let me officially read that. Roman Reigns and Rey Mysterio will headline a live event at the CDMX Arena in Mexico City on July 22nd for the WWE Universal Heavyweight Championship. You know, Roman doing the Rare House show appearance and defense should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, there's footage of it so we can watch it sometime.
Fingers crossed. Hopefully
Yes.
on WWE's YouTube, maybe.
YouTube, or I'm sure a fan will record it and throw it up. That's how you get the numbers.
Anything.
That's how you get the numbers. Let's go over to the fan mail. Let's see what's going on with the fan mail. Dun, 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 dun. Jack of all trades. With the actor strike going on, The Rock will have free time. We finally see him on WWE TV?
Maybe. I mean, Grayson Waller did name drop The Rock, which was pretty random.
Yes, he had a little Twitter feud with The Rock. Yeah,
So maybe we get a little altercation at SummerSlam. Just something kind of guaranteed he can show up to, but don't want to plan anything too far in advance.
Yeah. I'd say, I mean, throw Cena's name in the hat too. You know, maybe Batista finally shows up or doesn't, or not. I mean, you want Batista for the Hall of Fame. Never mind that. Yeah.
I think it really depends on whether or not that would be considered crossing a picket line. Because technically they have a deal with Fox, aka Disney, with ABC, like all of the different like acting companies kind of are all conglomerated. And so as long as they're not promoting productions that they would be in, I think it would be okay. But there's a whole lot of nuance with the strike.
Yeah,
I think, Katie, what you're telling me is that the WWE wrestlers should all unionize. That's what I'm hearing.
No, I'm talking about
They should start a union.
I'm talking
They
about
should demand health care and
I think, you know, it's a PLE, it's a pay-per-view. You know, he can pop up. It'd be fine. I don't see a problem.
you can't silence the little people, Phillip.
So you meant you're a small man.
You know, I might be vertically inclined, yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'm just saying, you know, be respectful of the picket lines with the SAG-AFTRA strike.
Yeah, don't be a scab.
That's all I'm saying.
You see, those trees by Universal Studios that were like shading the actors during this heat where they were striking. So they were all trimmed and now it's all just exposed. You can get burnt up. You saw them? You guys see them? Oh man, they playing shit. They playing chess.
Shout out my boy Adam Conover
there's
leading the
some
charge.
for sure.
What'd you say, Brandon?
Shout out my boy Adam Conover leading the charge with the writers.
Hello. Who 420?
Who?
Mates, Dom Dom is the champion of North America, and I absolutely love it. We're going to talk about that. Dan, a buddy of mine was in attendance for Raw, and Cody's hometown reception was deafening. Hey, we'd love to hear that, man. We'd love to hear that. I think that's going to be it for the fan mail. Awesome. NXT, let's go to Monday Night Raw. So, yeah, Cody and Brock. Cody's out there. You know, they're in Georgia. You know, talks about Brock Lesnar and hard times. His mother's at ringside. Brock, you know, goats him in. Attacks him in front of his mother. F5 Kimura. Yeah. Katie.
I mean, that's exactly what I expect from Brock Lesnar. All I know is I'm excited to see the continuation of this storyline at SummerSlam.
Yeah, and after Brock just beats up Cody for like 5-8 minutes, then he accepts Cody Rhodes' challenge. And yeah, I mean, it was a fine. Cody did the SpongeBob walk again, and then he got his ass beat.
Maxwell
MJF
did
also,
it. This
MJF also did the SpongeBob walk. Nice of Cody's mom to restrain herself and not let that Cuban fire get too deep inside, and she jumps the barricade. Tries to attack at Brock Lesnar.
It's Brock Lesnar. I mean, by all means,
No Cuban fire can put that out.
Exactly. Hello. But yeah, the challenge has finally been accepted by Brock. So Road to Lesnar 3 is going to happen in Detroit. Yeah.
Are we getting that dog collar match? Everyone's saying it's going to be some sort of gimmick match we haven't seen in a while.
Probably strap match.
I could see it being a strap match.
Yeah.
An old Motor City strap match.
A bull rope match. Bull rope match. Finn and Seth, the sit down, Seth was being interviewed by, I think it was Byron Saxton, and Finn sits down and they just go back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, I thought the Seth Finn thing was maybe getting a little long in the tooth, but I thought Finn's promo and his kind of attack afterwards did kind of light a little bit of a fire underneath this feud. And, they got like a few weeks left. So 3 weeks to go. So
he needs to win.
Yeah. I forget.
I could see that happening, but I don't know. I feel like they might keep the title on Seth a little longer since people love him.
I mean, if he does lose, if Finn does lose again, then they can kind of do the whole Dom has something, Rhea has something, Damien has something. What you got? You don't got nothing to show for it.
Exactly. That could also lead to him turning face, leaving the Judgment Day, giving him a run at something else, maybe the Intercontinental Championship.
No, we've been there, done that with him. He needs something bigger. It's not a knock to the IC title. What Gunther's done has been incredible, but
he's made it relevant again.
He needs that main heavyweight title run.
I mean, I would argue that beating Gunther for the IC championship is a bigger deal than beating Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship, and it's not particularly close.
Sounds like fighting words to some fans.
I know, but Becky's not going to be happy about this, Mom.
It's no knock at Seth himself. I'm just saying Gunther's put in the work. He's going to probably be the longest reigning IC champion.
It's a knock at Seth himself now.
Shout out Becky Lynch.
You took too long in between. Now the knock is official.
Damn.
You hear that?
Hate to see it.
The knock against Seth. How dare you?
How dare?
I can't believe I would do such a thing.
I know. Against Seth against freaking himself.
Oh, Mr.
Freaking Rollins deserves more respect than that, Brandon.
I know. I'm trying to see Seth freaking Rollins versus Brandon fracking Tangoma.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted a match against Phillip freaking Antoine, but someone had to roll their ankle and it's been on the shelf for a couple months.
Roll his ankle?
Well, I'm trying to be nice.
Excusez-moi?
I
didn't want to say he completely shattered his ankle.
It wasn't a shatter. It was a clean break with a couple tendon tears. That's all that was.
It was bad enough that I had to help him bring the wheelchair down the stairs.
Yeah, we don't have to talk about any of that. Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green win the tag titles. They defeat Liv and Raquel. Yeah, with Rhea attacked the former champs earlier on in the night. But congrats to Chelsea and Sonya. 8 years in the making. They're both on the same season of Tough Enough.
You wouldn't know that if you watched Raw. They just kind of are together, basically because Carmella got pregnant and they just put Sonya Deville in the same role.
No, that's not it. Chelsea's been arguing with management. Sonya's been arguing with management. They have a common bond of not being happy with said management. Come on now. Are you
Sorry.
not watching the product?
Apparently
I
not.
don't
I'm
think
just
he is.
I'm missing the deep levels to the
You are
storytelling.
missing
There
the
are more
nuance.
stories than the bloodline, bro. Like, can we talk about poor Maxine Dupree?
Can we
Valhalla.
talk about the Viking War Raider experience? Catching strays. Titus O'Neil just calling him musty. Like, what the hell? And then he almost went on a little Jesus rant. I was like, oh, settle down, Titus. But he didn't go that far. It's like, oh, I don't know what kind of God she be looking at, but there's only one, our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Like, okay, Titus, calm down. Don't need to.
Ooh. Oh, Titus is great. Yeah, I've enjoyed the Alpha Academy stuff. It's very fun.
I love Alpha Academy. They're so great.
Thank
Thank
you.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it all. NXT Dom Dirty Dom is the new North American champion.
Woot woot.
Ended the historic reign of Wesley. Wesley, most winningest North American champion of all time with multiple title defenses, longest reigning of all time. Beat Velveteen Dream's 231-day run as champ. Went into October of last year. Went on a hell of a run. Congrats to Wesley, man. Especially after what Nash Carter getting fired for that domestic dispute stuff. He's really bounced back in a major way. So shout out to him. But Dominic, this was perfect. Dominic needed something. I mean, you got Theory on SmackDown. He wasn't beating Gunther for the IC, so this was the perfect thing to do. I mean, they did it to Solo when he came up straight away. Obviously, they took it back after, but I don't.
That's because it wasn't an official title match.
Yeah, but this is nice. I love Dom with some gold, man. I'm ready for him to run NXT, man. Grand Theft Dom, baby. Yeah.
I'm really excited for it. I've been arguing with my husband for forever because he's been like, I don't like Dominic Mysterio. And I'm like, just watch. He's going to do great things. And look at what he's doing. He's probably one of the most hated heels right now. And it's just absolutely incredible.
Have you been to a show with this version of Dom yet?
No.
I went to the Raw last year in September. The boos were real. And
Oh, I have no doubt.
That was like the fresh turn. So now, oh my, like they're coming to the Bay.
They are. I'm here for it.
This is gonna be fun. I mean, from the penitentiary to a championship celebration, I love it. From inmate to champion, I love it. Oh, I'm so happy for this man. Brennan, are you happy? Are you happy for Dom Dom?
I am so happy for Dom Dom. I agree. It's something for him to hold, something for him to, talk crap about how great he is, even though in actuality, no disrespect to Wesley. His championship reign has been fantastic. He's super talented, but the NXT North American title, if you just kind of look at singles titles for the men, it's kind of like on the lowest level. So you're not hurting too much by having him carried around, and he can be in NXT, give a little bit of a bump from the main roster. So I just think overall it's a good thing. And going back to what you said of everybody has something besides Finn right now.
Yeah. The 3 mid-card champions in WWE are all bad guys. I love them. I'm a fan. AEW Collision and Dynamite. So the Owen Hart Cup winners have been decided. People have won tournaments. Shout out Willow Nightingale. She won the female side. Been a nice year for her doing that. The first ever New Japan Strong Women's Champion. And then I believe she's going to battle Athena again for the Ring of Honor Women's title, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, there is an ROH pay-per-view coming up, even though barely any matches announced.
I believe that's next. And then Ricky Starks, absolute winner of the Owen Hart Cup. He defeats CM Punk.
Woot.
Yes.
Grab it onto the ropes. Solid match between the two of them. Wonder what that was about. Is Ricky turning heel? Is he going to be in disingenuous babyface? We already kind of have one of them right now with MJF. So we'll see where that leads.
He wanted to best the best in the world, and he figured that was probably the only way to do so. Look, what did Eddie teach us? If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Poor Ruby Soho. She's made to the finals both years and choked both times.
made it to the finals of the TBS title thing and lost to Jade Cargill. It's just, oh yeah.
She's the Buffalo Bills of AEW.
Oh man, who's
A
the
damn
Tennessee
shame.
Titans?
I know the Tennessee Titans went to 3 straight Super Bowls and lost them all.
No, I
Oh,
just
sorry. You just wanted to contribute to the conversation. I appreciate it.
I just wanted like I genuinely want to know like if there was a Tennessee Titans of AEW, who is it?
Tennessee Titans right now or Tennessee Titans of all time?
We can go right now and all time.
Okay, well, that's 2 different things. Right now, let's see. Someone who's perennially, at the top, but probably not right there, not the most talented person in the world. Let's see. Come back to me on that one. Well,
Wow.
there's like 1,000 people on AEW right now.
Yes. But you know what? More than 1,000.
Juice Robinson. Juice Robinson's the Tennessee Titans. Talented enough to maybe they could mess around and do something, but probably not going to be a world champion. But still decent, pretty good.
Juice Robinson showed those talents in this unbelievable 2 out of 3 falls match for the AEW Tag Team Championships. FTR and BC Gold went at it. An hour long battle. FTR, they got the job done.
It was 58 minutes.
You include entrances in this an hour long.
Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Well, bell to bell action, it was 58 minutes.
So
Match was
wrestling, you round up. Duh.
Match was phenomenal. Did not watch it live, but I saw the buzz it was getting on Twitter, and I thought it was just a fantastic match. I just have been loving Collision kind of just overall. It's been a much slower pace, not as frenetic. They've had a lot of good wrestling. Now, what is it going to look like in 6 months when maybe they've kind of, done a lot of their A ideas out the way? I don't know. But right now, I am genuinely enjoying it. And Jay White in fantastic matches did not take either pin, did not take either loss. So I thought that was great. Just great match by FTR. Probably the best one of all time. So I'm saying a lot because they've been in a lot.
Are they the kings of the 2 out of 3 falls match? I mean, don't really think about this. What they did with DIY in NXT, the one they had with FTR last year, and then this one. Are they the kings of the 2 out of 3 falls?
I guess so. I don't know who holds the crown, but they probably got it right now.
They do simultaneously. It's like when Lay Cool had split woman's title. They have a split crown. They put their heads together. Boom, it comes together. Katie, what did you think of this unbelievable tag team contest?
I mean, I thought it was incredible. It was oh my God. I don't really have words.
It's fantastic, right? Right.
It was amazing.
It's unbelievable.
It didn't feel like it was as long as it was. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, you go on YouTube and just watch like the highlight that they throw up on their channel, AEW. It's like a 10, 11-minute video, but like you're like, I must watch this whole thing because it's just so good.
It was incredible. It had me on this. It had me on the edge of my seat the entire time. I was counting I was counting like every single time we had a near fall, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're the kings of the near falls, man. I mean, I go back to those NXT matches with DIY, American Alpha. They do this so well.
And even the pinfalls. I think the pinfalls they do are so great. I think it was the one couple weeks ago where Cash was like just trying to save, but he didn't get there in time and they end up losing the match. It's just a little thing that I don't think I've ever seen before in wrestling. And then they did it. I thought that was great.
I liked Jay White ducked Dax's clothesline and hit him with a flatliner immediately. I thought that was a cool spot. I like that. They toured. It's funny because Brandon, you were there too. We go back 5 years ago when Jay White and Juice Robinson are battling each other for the IWGP United States title in the Cow Palace.
Were you awake for that match, Phillip?
Yes, I was. Yes,
okay, so make sure.
Yeah, that was one of the few things that kept me up, brother. But yeah, I remember them battling. Jay White getting rained in boos, and then Juice winning, and the master pop that I heard. It was like something Like it was like when Magnum TA won the U.S. title back in the 80s. It was just like, oh my God, you know? And then to fast forward all these years later, and they're a team, they work so well together. It was just great. Kind of a full circle moment in a way.
And I've been down on Jay White in his current iteration in AEW.
Yeah.
And being in this tag team little feud right now, I thought, I don't know, want to say it's elevated him and, like, made him the superstar, because I still think he's, could be more, but he definitely has not been hurt in this FTR tag team scene right now.
Quick, we have to mention this. David Benoit at ringside during Collision. Punk acknowledged him. Obviously, people are saying a full circle moment because Punk was supposed to wrestle his father Chris for the ECW title, and then the tragedy happened. We had to acknowledge that David Benoit was at ringside. Going on to Dynamite, Jack Perry wins the FTW title. His promise to himself to win gold this year has been made a reality.
Man wins the FTW title, low blow, title shot, bam, he wins. No more Jungle Boy. It's just Jack Perry. He,
thank God,
buried a dead body out in the desert, I presume, because it was not just boots. It was a body attached to boots. Maybe it was a mannequin. We didn't see the full thing, but and he comes out to Beethoven. I forget exactly what Beethoven song that is.
Which symphony is it? The fifth is my favorite.
It's the most famous one. I don't know the numbers. But anyways, I'm not a Beethoven guy.
Aren't you a man of
well, actually, that's not true. I love the Beethoven movies. Great.
Yeah, okay, that's not the same.
What? It's not? You told me the dog didn't make the music?
Anyway, congrats to Jack Perry. Katie, you have any thoughts?
Yes, I do. Number one, congratulations to Jack Perry. Number two, it's Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. Thank you very much.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm more of a Flight of the Valkyries type of guy.
Shut up.
I thought it was a great match. I think that it was able to put Jack Perry over without discrediting Hook's ability as a wrestler. So I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a lot of fun to watch. And yay!
Yes, yay indeed. MJF and Adam Cole got the moves, baby. Maybe
right?
They can dance. They can. I mean, no. I mean, Daniel Garcia, he got the world unlocked with his. Brandon, hit that Daniel Garcia dance real quick for us. Hit that.
You did get a big pop for it when you did it on the stage.
Of course. But yeah, I mean, MJF, he can sing, he can dance. This man is phenomenal. Broadway needs this man.
I feel like I need to sing a duet with him.
That would be something.
I know, right?
Oh man, Brandon, how have you felt about this?
I mean, it's not exactly my cup of tea, especially when it involves the world champion. But I will say, there's some little parts that get a pop for me, get a chuckle out of me. I mean, I didn't like the little pre-tape thing they did in the restaurant. I didn't know what the payoff was. I didn't know what they were going for. But I mean, people get a kick out of it. People like it. So, but I just don't think it's really productive to have two of your most talented guys doing comedy sketches in a Chinese restaurant.
I mean, it's fine. Top guys.
Once again, Bloodline, MJF, Adam Cole.
Well, yeah.
I'd much rather have. It doesn't have to be the Bloodline, but it has to be, something serious like that.
This is a break from MJF being, I'm the devil, and blah, blah, blah.
Well, I thought he's done a good job turning fans against him after that, because if you remember, he came back and he was one of the most over guys in the company, and then now he's going back the other way, and so now you're gonna presumably try to get that reaction again in a month.
We all know he doesn't actually really mean this. We know he's gonna turn on Adam. Like, we all know that. Can we just have our fun?
But then, you have your fun, and then you can't have your cake and eat it too. Can't be the top heel.
Yes, we can. We can have our cake and eat it too.
Whatever. Top heels have done stupid stuff, man, like this. Come on.
Like, we're all adults. We can buy the cake.
I have cake.
I didn't have any cake on my birthday.
What? Nope.
Neither did I.
So that's you're upset because you didn't have any cake.
Yeah, fat
Yeah,
boy.
okay,
Fat boy
now
sad.
Now it's all making sense now.
Yep, I'm just a angry little fat boy.
Sunday.
Brandon, the next time I see you, I will bring you a cake.
Dude, come to
Thank you.
Oasis, man. Just come to Oasis.
You know, I would, but got to work. You know, those stupid
Los Padres got
athletics.
something Sunday?
Los Padres does have something Sunday, and I'm missing it for this.
Oh, I
Yeah,
appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
Well, don't say you're welcome to me. It's the brand.
Oh, you're welcome, brand.
Yeah. Done.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
This guy.
Yeah, we'll get you some cake, man. We'll get you some cake and some tacos. Jesus. Blood and guts
What's your
happened.
favorite?
Wait, what'd you say?
Oh no, I was gonna ask him what his favorite cake flavor is.
What is your favorite cake flavor? This is a question we need to know.
It's very important.
I mean, as a fat man, I like all types of cake. But one I have a soft spot for would probably be like a white vanilla cake with a strawberry filling, with fruit strawberry filling, not
Right.
strawberry jam or whatever.
Katie,
Yum.
what's your favorite cake? I think we need to know.
If it's homemade, I love funfetti cake. But if we're talking store-bought, Whole Foods chocolate eruption cake. So good.
Let's see.
You?
I'm a German chocolate man. It's
German
it's
chocolate's
nice.
good.
Are you making cookies? Are you bringing them to Oasis?
Oh my God. Well, we'll see.
I mean, those cookies you brought to UGG with that one time, but let me tell you.
Let me tell you something.
If y'all aren't on Threads,
are you on Threads?
I am on Threads.
Oh,
You can find me at Poison Scarlet. If you're not on Threads, I posted a whole bunch of introductory posts that talk about who I am, where I've been, what I've done in my 32 years of life. And one of the things I talk about is the fact that I love to cook. I have not yet posted anything about baking, but I also love baking.
Those I'm telling you, those cookies, they were something special.
Thank you.
Yeah. Fantasizing about these cookies. Now my mouth's starting to water, dude. Great.
I'm a Jill of all trades.
Brandon,
But let's talk about blood and guts.
Yes, please. While I'm drooling over these cookies.
And we're not talking about horror movies. We are talking about blood and guts, AEW. This was something else entirely. I don't even know what to say. I always get a little squeamish with the blood. So yeah.
But Mox bleeds every week. You should be used to it.
Just because I'm used to it doesn't mean that I don't get squeamish about it.
I don't even know what happened. He was like not bloody, and then he had like a little cut, and then just all of a sudden he started gushing. I don't know what's up with that man.
Dude, I'm pretty. It's like it's the tissue. It's the tissue on the forehead. Like how Flair and Foley, they can just tap it and they start bleeding. Like it's thin and
skin.
sensitive. Yeah,
Thin
that's all
skin.
it is.
And if you're continuously getting hit there, the tissue continues to be thin and it's easier to cut. And also, gigging. Gig.
Well, we saw last week that there was an AEW memo sent for everyone not to do these types of things, and they just crumpled that up and threw that all out the window because they just bled. I know, these are supposed to be things that are supposed to get, run past producers, agents, whatever they're called, but they did everything, but broken glass, a bed of nails, thumbtacks, whole kit and caboodle. And I thought it was a fun match. I don't want to say it was the best War Games match ever, like I possibly predicted last week, but
it's not War Games, it's Blood and Guts.
Sorry, Blood and Guts. Kota Ibushi was fun. I don't know what I was expecting. Little bit underwhelming. Hopefully he stays in AEW or does some more things later on. But yeah, I thought it was a good thing. I wasn't a big fan of the finish though. Like I get it from like a storytelling perspective. Like it was BCC and the Elite, and like the two non-BCC guys ended up leaving him. But then it is kind of like an awkward position to have the baby faces just killing on the heels when the heel faction isn't really heel faction because the crowd like loves BCC and loves Moxley and everyone. So I wasn't like a big fan of that, but I think 90% of the match I really did like.
We needed Bryan Danielson stomping heads, kicking him in. He had surgery 2 weeks ago. He's recovering. Thank God. You know, he has a rod, and his arm and my leg basically look identical. With the rod and the screws and the if I ever meet him, I want to bond over our metalness.
Yeah, just show your X-rays.
Bro, I'll show the scar. I will show the scar. Be like, look, man, I feel you. I understand. Somewhat, because mine's my ankle and yours is your arm. But you know what I mean. Yeah. But yeah, I mean Pac leaving, Takeshita being called away by Callis, and then the BCC just killing him. There was that awkward shot at the end of Claudio clearly seeing Hangman and then just takes the clothesline anyway. Yeah. There's that stuff. But it happened. I don't know, is the Pinnacle one the best one? Is the Pinnacle one the best blood and guts? When Jericho fell off the cage?
I thought last year's was pretty good.
I liked last year's a lot.
Who was in that one? I don't even remember. Brandon, who was in it?
Last year, that would have been almost kind of like the same thing because it was the Anarchy in the Arena. So that would be it was Jericho Appreciation Society and BCC, and Kingston was with BCC because he was begrudgingly teaming with Claudio.
That's right.
And then Sammy got thrown off the cage through the table. That was definitely not a crash pad.
That's right. Now I remember.
Now you know.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
Hello.
G.I. Joe.
Yep.
This podcast is taking a turn. It happened. Congratulations to the what you call it? The Golden Elite. Yes, congrats to them. All that jazz. Before we get out of here, we have to hype up some stuff that is going on this weekend. Gilman Brewery, 7 p.m. Oasis Pro presents Go Time. So many matches. Jaya Jewel takes on my homie NZ, Nick Xander. Richie Coy takes on Midas Creed. You can watch Scoot Robertson and Bobby Callahan go up against Rocky Hernandez and Victor Von Richter. Lumberjack strap match. Rancho Camacho looks to avenge the heinous attack by the last Hoper's romantic lover boy Leo put on him at the last show. Also, we have a scramble match. Alonzo Alvarez, Kenny K, Jason Xavier, the Punjabi Lion Chima, and Big Tucko, Juicy Finale will all be in there. We also have a special guest referee match. Serge's a special guest referee as Dante Daring looks to finally shut up Cliff Hendricks. And then Lucha Extrema, fans bring the weapons. Journey Fatu El Mago, Tarzan Duran. It's going to be chaotic. You don't want to miss it. Gilman Brewery, Oasis Pro, 7 p.m. Saturday. You do not want to miss that. And then if you're in the Woodland area, Collectible Stampede Parking Lot Brawl is going on. We have a lot of matches on this one. I'm just gonna skim through. DJ Fresh versus Chris Blaze. Sarah Samurai versus Dreamy Drew versus Drake Frost for the Barrio Championship. Abigail Warren, Christina Vineri, and Brooke Havoc are all going to go to battle. The High Council defends against BTF or is in a match with BTF and the Rock and Rodeo Express. Phil Hobson, Nash, and Tarzan Duran in a triple threat. And then, of course, Alpha Zo defends the Bullet Cast Heavyweight Championship against Loverboy Leo. Pure rules match. You don't want to miss that. It is going to be a barn burner. Thank you guys so much. We will talk to you guys next week. Be safe and stay dangerous.
Every time we live in the side. When you turn it on, it's just defining the mind. If you feel it, our opinions is great. When everything we moving now with the state, turn us on. If the feeling is right, every opinion now comes from the heart. No time we move with a part. We in the radio, it's wrestling. Times are crashing. Here is the feeling in the pool. Get the lesson. And if you want to prove it to you now, here's the feeling in the time and everything that we did. Listen to the senators connecting it. Moving on everything that's pronouncing it. Everything we did in the time now.
This has been the Bulletcast. Thank you for listening.